Hello everyone and welcome in. Thank you guys so much for joining us over here on the channel. Hope everyone is doing well, positive healing vibes. This message is going to be for Aries, week ahead for February 8th through the 14th. In this message, we're going to tap into the challenge that you are going to face this week. We're going to take a look at what's the cause of this problem, what's the cause of this challenge. We'll look into the energy surrounding you in the present moment, what's hidden from you, what brought you here in the first place, or the past energy, and what's to come moving forward. Okay, I'll clarify throughout the reading as well as pull a few oracle cards at the end. If that's something you guys are interested in, you're more than welcome in joining us. So let's see here. Aries, what we can see for you guys. Most important message here for Aries. Spirit, what does Aries need to see for February 8th through the 14th? Please keep in mind, guys, that the messages here on YouTube are general, meaning they're not going to resonate every time with every person. Some quick announcements. Starting back up the drawing for free personal readings here on the channel. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you want to get entered into the drawing, all you have to do is like the video, comment your astrological sign below to help when I announce the winners, and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when the winners are announced. All that information is also in the description box. So let's jump right in. Let's just jump right into your reading, Aries. Just wanted to throw that out there. I started the drawing back up here for the month of February. We had the Death card. We have Strength. We have the Ace of Wands. That's amazing. This is an energy of a quick transformation is the first thing that pops into my head. Okay. The challenge here, this is happening, it seems like it's happening very slowly, but I feel like this is happening quicker than you think, okay? The cause of this issue, the devil energy. Now, the devil energy is an energy of toxic behavior patterns, okay? This can simply be something internal that you're needing to have to correct within yourself. Fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, fear of insert XYZ. This can also be overindulgence, codependency. So let's dig a little bit deeper into this spread. We're going to clarify all of this in a minute. What I see here so far, Aries, is there's something that you're releasing, and I feel like this has to do with a fear. Okay, honestly, a fear of, for some of you, this is going to be a fear of commitment. Energy in the present moment, I feel here, Aries, an energy of indecisiveness, uncertainty, not knowing which path to choose. What's going to eventually end up happening, and we're going to clarify all of this in a minute, you are going to make a decision one way or the other, okay? You're going to continue down the path that you're on, which is going to probably keep you in this ever revolving cycle, okay? Or you're going to choose a different path. So let's clarify this energy. I do feel like that devil energy is calling to a fear more than an addictive behavior pattern, but we're going to clarify all of that in a minute. Let's first start with the Death, the Strength, and the Ace of Wands. This is the underlying energy. So there's definitely a change that's taking place. You may be, a lot of you may be in this process of coming to terms. You know, sometimes we go down a path so long and we have the same situation happen with different people, and we start to kind of question, well, maybe it's not the other people, maybe there's something within myself that's creating these situations. And I feel here a lot of you are kind of coming to terms with something like that. For instance, if you have a fear surrounding commitment, okay, and you are unaware of that, you're probably going to push people away unintentionally. There's different personality styles that cause people to handle certain situations differently. What I see here, Aries, is you're kind of going from a position of being indecisive, not really knowing what you want, and really taking that time to figure it out. Because I feel here that that may be this flightiness, impulsive behavior. I feel like it's no longer serving. It may have even gotten some of you into a couple sticky situations that you weren't very fond of. Okay, 9 of Wands. That's what's hidden. Okay, there's been a lot of situations that you've been in that you're not trying to go through anymore. Okay. What I see here, Aries, taking some time, gaining that internal clarity, the Hermit, okay, going within, really being practical with yourself about what it is that you feel like you need to change, okay? What is the behavior pattern that you feel is causing these hiccups? Has somebody addressed that with you before? Maybe there's a need. If you go to like cognitive behavioral therapy, they'll help you discover different tools within yourself that will help you cope with certain situations. Okay. But I do feel here a level of acceptance. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is coming out. So this is a very slow energy, but this is also researching your behavior pattern, researching your personality style, getting crystal clear with yourself. Okay, that's the energy that I'm feeling is coming out here. I feel like this is definitely an internal energy. Now, I will say, some of you, an ending to a relationship could have been the catalyst to this transformation. Okay. You could have very well ended the relationship, Knight of Wands, but still wanting to address the situation at hand. Okay. And that's why I feel like it's all internal. Don't be afraid to reach out if you feel like you need help, if you feel like you need guidance, if you feel like you are stuck in any sort of way or feeling imbalanced. Okay. Temperance and the Fool both came out in reversed with the 5 of Wands. Okay. So there is an energy of not paying attention, imbalanced, and you need to get clear. Okay. Because I feel like this imbalance, this impulsive energy is keeping you in this conflicted state. It's almost as if you put yourself in a predicament, you don't play the tape out, you don't think it through all the way, and then something happens to where if you would have just taken the time to research, look into the situation a little bit deeper, you might have found where the faults lay. So what I see here, Aries, is there's definitely a need to get clear, get clear on the next steps of where you see yourself headed. Also, getting clear on exactly where that healing is going to need to take place. What I tell my clients is when you're being triggered, try to think of the first thing that pops into your head, okay? Try to write it down if you can. So, for instance, like you're triggered to react a certain way. What is the first thought that comes to your mind? You don't want to feel a certain way. You don't want to talk about what don't you want to do? It's going to tell you where your trauma lies for a lot of you, okay? Triggers are going to be the key. So that's why it's important, if you can, for those of you that can, get out of your situations, get out of your houses, and do things. If you can't, there's still ways that you can be put in sticky situations on the internet all over. But you do have to be careful because it's a lot harder to control those situations, meaning more people can get involved. Also, being mindful of what you put on the internet. Being mindful of what you put on the internet is going to be important here for this week. Okay? I was getting the Page of Swords had come out on the bottom of the deck. So definitely a card of needing to pay attention because there's people that may be watching your transformation or watching you go through this challenge. Okay? So let's clarify the Knight of Wands, this impulsive, this flighty tendencies. Okay? The Ace of Swords tells me that there is a need to kind of seek the truth. Okay? So don't look at the situation with rose-colored glasses. Don't try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Just try to look at the situation, whatever challenge you're finding yourself in this week, very practically. What I see here, Aries, a lot of the challenges that you have faced up to this point have mostly been because of your reaction to certain situations. If you can be practical with yourself about maybe there's a different way to handle things, things will start balancing themselves out. But I do feel an energy here, Aries, of very swift, very impulsive decision making when it comes to maybe challenging situations. For some of you, there may be a need to look into conflict resolution, how to resolve a conflict, okay? How to come to a resolution with a person. But again, you're going to first have to ask yourself if that's a person that you want to come to a conflict resolution with. For some of you, this might not be the case, okay? Nine of Wands. This tells me a lot of water under the bridge, okay? There's been a lot of challenges that you faced that have brought you to this point. It could have even very well been a lot of the same challenges. It's an energy of you are on the right path, but you're starting to become a little callous, starting to become a little guarded, maybe even holding on to a little bit of a resentment phase for you. What's hidden here is you are in a very good position, Aries, yourself, okay? Even if you don't see this, nothing is going to be able to rock that foundation that you've built for yourself. No conflict, no challenge. You're always going to make it through this, okay? You're always going to come out through this challenge lesson learned, more positive, more bright. Now to make it through that challenge is the difficult part. What I see here, Aries, this is definitely an internal imbalance, okay? There may be a need for a chakra cleanse. Some of you may be needing to reach out to a Reiki healer, a Reiki practitioner, and have a few sessions, some healing sessions, because there's definitely an internal balance. It's almost like the Nine of Wands is considered the wounded warrior. So there's a lot of battles that you've endured, a lot of challenges that you have faced up to this point, and really needing to take some time to work on self. One thing I'd like to touch on is don't make it a time limit thing. Okay, there may not be a time limit on healing. Some people it only takes a couple months, 6 months. Some people it takes 6 years. You can't put a time limit on healing. So if you've been resonating with these readings that come up often about this healing process, about releasing the past, about letting go of your ex, or letting go of resentment, or letting go of conflict, it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in one go around. You let go of that person every time you hear a song that reminds you of them on the radio. Every time you watch a show that reminds you of that person. You let go anytime you go to the grocery store and see their favorite snack food, or anytime that you go to a place that you and that person frequented or maybe traveled to. Each of those individual pieces is part of that process. Some of you, this may be resonating because this has been a long, drawn out process. Seemingly. However, I will say scientifically, if you're a numbers person, they say it takes about half the time that you were in a relationship to process and heal from that relationship. So let's say you were in a relationship for 2 years, it's going to take you at least a year to heal from that. I do feel an energy of freeing yourself from this heavy energy, okay? This is a very heavy reading, okay? However, it's definitely not an easy process here, Aries. I do feel like this is a slow but steady moving forward, okay? Once you're out of this heaviness, this darkness, okay, you're going to start seeing things come to fruition a lot quicker. King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, clarifying the Magician. You're going to notice things coming to fruition. You're going to notice things manifesting. You're going to notice feeling lighter, feeling more in balance. This isn't going to come, Aries, until you're okay with being alone, to be honest with you. A lot of you, this is going to be a fear of being alone. Fear of commitment. It also can boil down to fear of abandonment as well, Aries. Okay, keep that in mind. But there's definitely this internal fear that you're having to release before you're going to be able to move forward fully. Let's get a few cards out here for your advice, guidance moving forward. I'm going to do an extended version to the reading. In the extended version, we're going to take a little bit deeper look into this person's energy, your person's energy, okay? We'll take a look and see if there's anything hidden this week that you need to be made aware of. We'll look at the next steps moving forward and the outcome if the advice is followed. It's all going down in the extended version. Links are all below. If you found this message was helpful, resonating with your situation, please give it a thumbs up. All the love and support is very much appreciated. It does help with the growth of the channel, getting the message out there. So thank you guys so much for that. We're all amazing. The truth will set you free. You have to look at the situation truthfully, practically, very real with yourself. Sometimes we're the only people that are going to check ourselves, to call ourselves out on our BS, right? Once you're able to pinpoint where this is stemming from, that's when you're going to be able to release. Okay? You are headed in a very positive direction here. Okay? You are definitely going to be feeling lighter, not as heavy. If you're needing to take your mind off of anything that's too emotional for you, it's okay to focus on money, focus on work. But the more you postpone that healing process and detour by focusing on work, the longer it's going to take to process. So keep that in mind. Let's get this Native Spirit Oracle card out for your soul journey message, Aries. This was a very heavy reading, guys. It's definitely for one or two specific people, for sure. Spirit of Water. This card talks about intuition, trusting your intuition and knowing that you are on the right path, taking this time to nurture yourself, allowing your inner child to have free reign. Don't stifle your emotions, okay? Trust your intuition. The soul journey message that comes with this card is the Spirit of Water invites an emotional richness into your life. Communicate from your heart. Embrace your childlike wonder. This card also represents purification, cleansing, and healing. It reminds you to clean your personal space and your body. It also urges you to accept and embrace your emotions. All of them, even the ones that you don't usually like. Additionally, trust your hunches. Push off from the shore of safety and enter the flow of life. All is well. So Aries, definitely an energy here of going with the flow, trusting your intuition. You are a little bit resistant just because I feel an energy of flightiness. So that means that you try to run if things get difficult. You're being called to sit with yourself in those difficult times right now. Try not to suppress those emotions. Try not to run from them. It's time to feel them. You cannot heal it if you do not feel it. So Aries, the 4 truths that is coming out for you is always do your best. Take your life and enjoy it. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You are born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love. Just to take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. Beautiful, Aries, beautiful. So Aries, I feel like that's a good solid message coming out for you guys for this week. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. You guys are all amazing. Again, if you want to get in on the extended version, links are all below. Otherwise, thank you guys again so much, and I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.